Smashing Pumpkins, 0. Okay, so I'll just jam through all the different sections of this, all the main riffs, all the pre-chorus, chorus, all that. I'll just play right through them all, and afterwards I'll go back through and give you a little more of a guided detail. Before we get to all that, pretty please subscribe to the channel, hit that button. You'd be helping me out a lot. I really appreciate it. All right, and a special note with this song, if you're trying to play along with the recorded version, just know that they're playing in a E flat tuning. All right, so everything will be a half step lower sounding, but I'm just going to keep it in a standard tuning just to make it easy for all of us here. So just a heads up, if you're trying to play along with recording, they're down a half step. All right, so no further ado, let's get to it. Okay, so the main riff here, really cool. It incorporates harmonics. So if you have that down, then that's half of the riff. For the most part here, we're going to be doing this little bit where we'll be at 3 on the A, 5 on the G, just for that octave. And we're going to hit that, slide it down to 2. Okay, 2 and 4. And then we'll strum that again. And of course you want some heavy fuzz tone on here. Okay, and here's where the harmonics come into play. All we're going to do, just lightly rest our finger on top of the E string here at about the 2nd fret. Okay, and we're just going to scale up. All right, so we'll just hit that at the 2, up at the 3, 4, up to 5. All right, and that's essentially most of the riff. Is just getting the timing of the 3 to 2 and then those harmonics. Okay, so the second half of it, we just kind of add a couple little bits. We'll hit that 3 on the A, 5 on the G, and then we're going to hit it again. Okay, and then you can come down to that 2 and the 4 and hit that twice. All right, and then we just cap that off by that same harmonic scale up. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so let's just get it up to tempo here, and you'll probably be able to recognize it a little better. All right, and once the verse comes around, we just kind of take that riff and simplify it a bit. We just cut the harmonics out of it. And in place of the harmonics, we just do an open E power chord here 4 times. All right. Other than that, everything stays the same. The whole 3 to 2 octave chord here, that stays the same. Okay, that's all we're doing. So just do this up to speed for you. This will be what's happening for the verses. Okay, we get a pre-chorus section here, and basically we're going to be doing some more of those octave chords there, and just adding some open E bass notes, a couple of them in between each one. So we'll come up here, and do the E octave at the 7A 9 of the G. Okay, so we hit that once, and then we're going to come up and hit a couple of open E's. Okay, and then we just switch positions here, go 9 on the A, 11 on the G, do the same thing, hit it, and then hit a couple of open E's. Back to the 7 and the 9, do the same thing. Okay, now we come up to a new spot, 10 on the A, 12 on the G, hit it, then a couple open E's. All right, and then we finish that by doing 9 and 11. We hit it, slide it down to 5 and 7, hit that 5 and 7 again. Okay, so slowly here. So just a little bouncing around there with the open notes in between. Pretty fun little riff. Let's do it up to speed. Get to the bridge section, simple enough. We're just hitting on a big E chord here. All right, so it's just more about the strumming and the rest dynamic going on. So come up, we'll do the 7 on the A, 9s on the D, G, B. You can just worry about the D and the G there. But we're going to hit that open E with it. Okay, and essentially we're just doing a 1, 2, 3 strum, and then rest for the measure. And we're going to do that for 3 measures worth. Okay, just like that. But at the very end, the 4th measure, just to be cute, I don't know, they just did 2 strums. All right, so like I said, pretty simple, just more about the strumming dynamic and the rest going on here. Okay, because it's kind of a vocal break, really. All right, so let's just do this up to speed for you. All right, we get into this first solo here, and this is the only solo. There's 2 solos in this song, quote unquote. This one is the only one that's somewhat intelligible. The other one is just basically a noise solo. So I'll show you what's happening here. There's definitely some effects going on. The second solo, like I said, just a noise solo. So you can just go crazy with that, just feedback, squeals, distortion, pick scrapes, whatever. Just go bonkers. That's all that really is. For this one, though, we just kind of do some vibrato notes and a little bending here. Just some really oddball notes going on. There is a low octave effect going on. So you'll see here, I'm playing the high octave, and I've just added a low octave with an effect. And I'll leave you a link in the description to check out all the effects and gear I'm using here. All right, so we're going to start it here at 4 on the B. We're just going to give that a slow bend with some vibrato. And you can hear this added low octave here. Okay, just to make it sound a little, stranger. All right, so we just do that slow 4 bend on the B, some vibrato. Then we'll hit a 4 on the G, a little vibrato there. And momentarily come down for the 7 on the E. Just kind of hitting an octave there. Come over to 8 on the B. Give a vibrato. 11 on the E. Come up to 14 E and just give that a slow bend with some vibrato too. All right, so just some really funky notes, intentionally just trying to sound kind of weird here. So get that effect on there, get plenty of gain on here, and just more about the technique, I guess. So let's get this up to tempo. Okay, but one thing I will show you during that second noise solo happening, the second guitar is actually playing a really cool variation of the main riff here. All right, it's just kind of adding some neat little scaling notes here. So it'll do that initial 3A 5G octave thing, but then it's going to do this open to 3 on the E, second on the A, come back off and hit 4 open E power chords here. Okay. All right, and then we do our 3 and 5 down to 2 and 4, and then just finish that with some open E power chords. Okay, now we just loop that over. Okay, so slowly here would be. All right, so pretty cool. Just get it up to speed. Okay, then we would go open E to 3, hit the second on the A, then come back, do open E, 2, 3, and then continue on with our 3, 5 on the A and G, down to 2 and 4, and then just finish with some open E power chords. Okay, and one more additional thing that happens during the final pre-chorus, there is this little guitar lead thing that comes in, just does a big scale up thing. So I'll just basically show you the notes you're going to slide to, but you kind of want to just be picking away at this, like 16th note strums, just continually strumming this as you're sliding up to these different positions, and each position lasts, maybe like a beat. So it'd be up here. We're going to start at the G. We're going to go 9 to 11. Okay. Up to 12. 14. 16 to 17. Okay. Then we'll slide 17 here on the B. Slide that to 19. Hit 20 and then 22. Come down, we're going to hit 19 on the high E, come to the 22, so hopefully you got that many frets, and then just bend that. Okay, so just a really big scale up all the way up here. Let's just try it up to tempo here. Thanks for checking out the video, everybody. Like it, share it, leave a comment. It's always good to hear from you. Do me a favor and hit the subscription button. I put out a video pretty frequent, so you don't want to miss out on that. Check out the links in the description box below. I have really cool links for tablature books, all the gear I use, t-shirts, fun stuff like that. So thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.